September 15th, 2017. The Cassini probe plunged into Saturn's atmosphere, ending its legendary 13-year mission. Scientists believed that the data had already been completely analyzed, the images archived, the story closed. But they were wrong, because buried in Cassini's final transmissions was something that no one could see at the time. Something that would only come to light years later, when quantum artificial intelligence was tasked with decoding those final images. What it discovered left researchers speechless. We're not talking about a blurry figure in the clouds or an easily dismissible anomaly. We're talking about an intelligent, structured pattern hidden among Cassini's last images. Something that may have been watching us from the edge of Saturn all along. This is the revelation that has just changed everything we thought we knew about the solar system. Stay tuned, because what you are about to witness could be the first real evidence that we were never alone. The Cassini mission was already a monumental achievement. It revealed Saturn's hexagonal storms, Enceladus's icy geysers, and Titan's methane lakes. As the spacecraft passed between Saturn and its rings, it captured high-resolution images of the planet's atmosphere, magnetic field, and ring structures with unprecedented clarity. Among those final transmissions were dozens of images that, at the time, seemed simply stunning but normal. Researchers praised them, archived them, and moved on. But there were anomalies, slight distortions, repeated geometric echoes. A few scientists were skeptical, but without context or the right tools, they attributed the patterns to technical noise. For years, those images were forgotten, until curiosity and advances in quantum processing brought them back from oblivion. In 2025, a private research laboratory fed Cassini's last images into a state-of-the-art quantum AI designed to detect subvisual data patterns in astronomical images. The goal was simple: to improve the clarity of noisy images. But what the AI returned was not just sharper images. It found something hidden between the visual layers, a repeating pattern, a symmetrical shape, a signal hidden from plain sight, invisible to the human eye. At first, they thought it was an algorithmic hallucination, until the pattern reappeared. And again, in different files, taken at different times and from different angles. The consistency was undeniable. The AI hadn't made a mistake. It had decoded something that had always been there, something Cassini saw as it descended into Saturn's arms. Something watching. As they delved deeper into the analysis, the pattern became even more disturbing. The AI began to extract numerical sequences hidden in the arrangement of the pixels. They weren't random. They included prime numbers, Fibonacci spirals, golden ratios, universal mathematical constants that humanity has used in attempts at interstellar communication. In other words, it wasn't just a shape, it was a message. The discovery mirrored the design of the Voyager Golden Record, where we tried to present our intelligence with universal mathematical concepts. But this time, the message was not sent. It was received. The implication? Cassini may have picked up a response, and that response was embedded in what we believed to be natural atmospheric visuals, as if something had anticipated our search and left us a trail in the only universal language: numbers. The more images the AI processed, the clearer the image became. In its final moments, Cassini wasn't just photographing clouds and gas, it was recording a structured presence, like a lens distorting the space around it, which didn't behave like a natural object. Its symmetry was too precise, its movement too calculated. And then the chilling moment happened. As Cassini descended, these patterns became more defined, until, in one last frame, they disappeared, as if the entity had moved, or camouflaged itself, or simply turned off its visibility upon confirming that it had been detected. Several experts now believe that Cassini's last transmission was not simply the end of a mission, but a moment of contact. But not direct contact. Not with radio waves or flashing lights. It was with geometry, presence, and silence. Something ancient. something we were not meant to understand until we built machines intelligent enough to decipher the truth. Saturn has always held a special place among the great cosmic mysteries. Beyond its mesmerizing rings and swirling storms, it is a planet that defies expectations. Scientists have long known that it emits more heat than it receives from the sun, as if something were stirring inside it, generating inexplicable energy. In addition, its magnetic field is not aligned with its axis of rotation, something unique among the planets. Now, the decoded data from Cassini is once again casting shadows over these old questions. The mathematical signals extracted by AI were not only in the images, but also coincided with specific latitudes on Saturn's surface, points that line up with magnetic anomalies. It is as if the intelligence that left this message not only knew about Saturn's unique properties, but also chose to hide its signal in the most unstable and least understood regions. Areas where our instruments failed. Places where perhaps they knew we wouldn't look until now. When news of the decoded images leaked, debate erupted in the global scientific community. Was it all a coincidence? An illusion of patterns? Or did the Cassini probe, unknowingly, act as a messenger for a cosmic postcard? Renowned physicists and artificial intelligence theorists weighed in. Some said that the consistent appearance of sequences of prime numbers and structures with golden ratio proportions was statistically impossible by chance. Others pointed out that nature, especially in chaotic environments such as Saturn's atmosphere, does not organize itself with perfect symmetry, unless something else is shaping it. And here comes the twist. AI not only identified the patterns, it also anticipated them. After analyzing the first sets of images, it began to accurately predict where new sequences would appear in unprocessed data. That suggests it wasn't chance, but an intelligence coded behind the veil. A signal with rules, perhaps with logic. There is one image in particular that has now become the heart of the mystery. According to the mission's final records, Cassini was supposed to capture a burst of 12 frames just before disintegrating. But when the records were reviewed, there were only 11. One was missing, and it wasn't a loss in transmission. Engineers confirmed that the sequence was sent complete. Frame number 12 was there, but it couldn't be decoded. When quantum AI reviewed the raw binary data, it found the packet, but the contents were encrypted beyond repair, like a lock without a key. Some believe that image contained the clearest evidence of all, a direct form, a symbol, and that something encrypted it beyond our current tools. Why would that happen? Unless someone, or something, wanted it that way. Since the revelations about Cassini came to light, a strange silence has descended on the world of astrophysics. NASA has not issued any official statement about the decoded images. The laboratory responsible for the discovery closed its website. Scientists who previously spoke to journalists are now refusing to give interviews. Some claim that their funding has been withdrawn. Others suggest that they have signed confidentiality agreements. What began as a footnote in planetary exploration now borders on classified information. Some call it paranoia, others call it a cover-up. But amid the silence, one message is clear. Something was seen, something was decoded, and someone doesn't want us to understand what Cassini really brought back from the clouds of Saturn. In the grand tapestry of space exploration, Cassini was supposed to be a final chapter, an elegant descent into Saturn, a fitting end to one of NASA's most successful missions. But what we have discovered may not be an ending. It may be a prologue, a warning, or even a whispered invitation. That an artificial intelligence, trained decades after the mission ended, could extract a hidden pattern from its final transmissions is not just poetic. It is unprecedented. It means that the tools with which we explore the universe are evolving faster than our understanding of what is out there. And maybe the universe knew it. Maybe it was waiting for us to tune into its frequency. Because if a machine can decipher what human eyes did not see, if a probe could record the echo of a higher intelligence, then we're left with only one question. Who or what left that message? And how long have they been watching us while we gaze at the stars? If this revelation made you question everything about space, time, and intelligence beyond Earth, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more truths decoded. Like, if you think this isn't a coincidence, share this video so more people know what Cassini really saw before its final descent. Because this isn't science fiction. It's the very edge of discovery.